मेरे साथ लाइव हैं radiokariश्मा.com पे और उनका हम स्वागत करते हैं। मदन ओक जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर टॉकिंग टू अस एंड अ वार्म वेलकम। वी आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू सी यू। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर गिविंग अस योर टाइम।
Good afternoon, Karishma ji. It's a pleasure talking to you, and good afternoon to everybody from California. And I'm totally excited to come and visit your city, Dallas. And I've always wanted to come and perform there. I have heard wonderful news about wonderful references from various artists that have performed in the Dallas area in the past. That there is a big following of Indian classical music in Dallas area. So it's very encouraging to know that somebody like yourself is taking the lead in expanding our horizons of Indian classical music in Dallas area.
Well, absolutely. Dallas is the place of a lot of musical people, you know, mostly the audience itself, they are so much into music. I am sure, I always feel that, and honestly, I feel that Dallas audience is the best in the world. So, you know, it will be a great pleasure for us to listen to you live, and I'm sure you would love performing in front of Dallas audience as well.
I am totally looking forward to it.
And Madanji, before we talk more about the concert and the audience, I would really want because since this is your first visit to Dallas, and we really want to know more about you, you know, a little bit of a background. When did you start learning santoor, and about your guru? And the best part about you is that the way we have been promoting is that you are our own, the North American Indian here.
Yes.
So yeah, please tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so namaskar again to the listeners, and I am from Bay Area, California. But I'm originally from the beautiful city of Pune in Maharashtra, back home in India. And my father was a wonderful vocalist and a very, knowledgeable in music, and a diehard fan of music, and extremely passionate about music mostly. And because of him, I had this insight into Indian classical music from a very early age of 4 or 5, or maybe earlier than that. I have learned vocals before, and I've also learned few years I have learned tabla as well. But when I first came across a recording of santoor, I was just awestruck, and basically wanted to find out what this instrument is about, and wanted to see where I can get hold of one or somebody who can teach me and all that. So it's a long story, but I've been learning music for last 30-35 years.
Wow.
And I've been extremely fortunate to get guidance from one and the only and the best in the world, Pandit Padma Vibhushan, Pandit Shiv-Kumar Sharma.
Absolutely.
Is my guru. And I've been blessed. It's all my parents, goodwill and good wishes and all good work, and that finally I got a chance to get such a great guru. And it's not just that you have to, have a right guru, but somebody who can invest in you, so to say. And the guru is always also looking for a good student. So I'm fortunate to have some kind of blessings that I have received from my guru, and he always encourages me to go out, perform. I live in America. It's a different setup, as you know. We work here, like I work in the technology sector, but I have never left India from my heart.
Absolutely. But yeah, as you said, it's a different setup. So tell us, how did you get trained? I mean, your guru is in India and you're here. How did you manage?
So when I was in India, this is, I go back to 74, 75, 1974, 75, when I was probably a 15, 20-year-old. And I attended one of his concerts. And of course, after I got hooked onto santoor. I was experimenting with santoor. I actually made a few prototypes of santoor because it was very, very rare back those days in India to have santoor. And I think there was one museum in Pune that somebody told me, somebody that visited that museum told me, hey, there is this instrument called santoor in the museum. Why don't you go take a look at it? So that was the very first time, honestly speaking, I saw santoor very up close and personal.
Wow.
So I talked to the curator of the museum and I literally begged him that he's a very old, grumpy fellow, but he somehow...
I know what you're talking about because Pune librarian and museum owners, they are really grumpy.
So basically, he was very grumpy, but he thought that this guy is something different. He probably wants some guidance. So he actually opened the showcase and let me touch it, feel it, and understand what it is and all that. And then on top of that, I went on being a student of technology and all that. I actually made a few prototypes of it. And then one concert when Guruji was visiting Pune, I actually showed it to him that I have made my own santoor because I don't get santoor here in Pune or any parts of Maharashtra.
Oh my
because
God.
It was always, so I actually presented the santoor to him and he was very, very appreciative of it and he was very excited. And so he asked me one simple question: how long were you working on making this instrument working, So I said, about 4 or 5 months I spent on it. So he said, if you would have bought a santoor, which I would have told you where to go get, and if you had bought that and if you have started playing, you would be already playing something on it. I said, well, if you are willing to teach me, I'm willing to play on it.
Wow.
So that is how it all started. It's a very funny story, but it's actually true. And, so that time he was visiting Pune with a very great tabla player, Shafad Ahmed Khan, wo bhi nahi rahe, but he was a great soul and an amazing tabla player. So he was there with me that time. So Guruji, since that time, Guruji told me to just come to his Bombay house in Bandra, and so I started going there. So I was in Pune, and I used to travel to Bombay to get some tips from him. So he gave me tips, and I would go back and do some riyas for a couple of months, and then go back again. So it was like a lot of traveling I have done to learn music. So, but then after that, after so many years, I came to America, and then of course it was much more difficult to continue. But I used to be in touch with him. I used to call him all the time, and then he would be coming to America every year. He would come. So I was able to meet him at various locations wherever he was performing, and I actually have traveled with him extensively in America. I have stayed with him for days together, and we would book a resort somewhere and stay there for 7-8 days. So just me and my guru, that's all, nobody else with us. So I have spent hours and hours and days with him. So I was kind of fortunate, I guess I would say, because I was in America as such, and Guruji also wanted to relax after his extensive tour in America, so that worked out good for me,
And your workshop is going on, your training is going on simultaneously, right?
Yes, it's a journey which everybody embarks on for a lifelong, and you'll always be a student. I'll always be a student, but we are always learning more and more and new things as we go. There is no end to music,
Absolutely. So I must tell you that your guru is really proud of you, because I remember interviewing him in his own house in Pali Hill, Bandra, in 2007. And he didn't mention your name, but he did mention that I have a very good student in Bay Area in America. And I'm sure he was referring it to you. So, that is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, Madan, tell us about this particular tour, and how long have you been touring worldwide?
I have been performing all over. I mean, actually, first time I ever went out and performed santoor was back in 98, actually. I performed in, Texas, Southeast Texas. I came for a concert in Southeast Texas. There was an Indian foundation over there. I think they invited me specifically to perform there. So in 98, I performed in Southeast Texas, and I have gone literally to every part of the world. I haven't gone to Australia yet, but I have gone to many places. I have traveled Europe. I have performed in Switzerland, London, anywhere in Europe. Many places I have performed. I have performed in Middle East also. I have performed in Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Dubai. Of course, I have performed in India many times. In 2007, I was fortunate to perform in front of my own guru.
Wow.
As part of the Guru Purnima program, and so that was my first real test.
Yeah,
as
I'm
a
sure.
Shishya, to perform in front of the Guru himself, and see whether he likes it or what.
Well, I'm telling you, listening to you, I mean, it's it's destiny. You wouldn't believe, I love santoor. I think by far is one of my favorite instruments. And
Yes,
I've been a big fan of Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma ji, not only just as a santoorist, but also as a composer. And when I was interviewing him and he saw my passion, he's saying, "Have you ever heard me live?" I said, "No, Guruji, I have never heard any santoorist live." And listen to, this, that I am bringing the very first concert of mine, and that happens to be his disciple and the santoor. How nice is that? I mean, this is absolutely wonderful.
It's very, very exciting to see this kind of impact of santoor on, classical music lovers as such. Because nowadays, I mean, about 55 years ago, nobody had heard about this instrument at all in the entire Indian subcontinent.
Yes, absolutely.
And, in 1955 or some year around that, Guruji first performed in Bombay, and then on, he went on to composing things for films as well, and he went on performing for Vasant Desai. That's where he first performed some pieces for some music as such, some
songs,
yes.
Yes.
Yes, and then after that he went on performing for O.P. Nayyar, every Madan Mohan, most importantly S.D. Burman, R.D. Burman, सबके लिए उन्होंने बजाया है.
Wow.
और all those songs are unbelievably popular. You know दीवाना हुआ बादल and so many music.
So ये जो दीवाना हुआ बादल में जो संतूर है वो पंडित जी का बजाया हुआ है. Oh,
yes,
wow.
Up to a particular year, I think about 73, 74 तक जितना भी म्यूजिक बजा है, संतूर बजा है फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में बॉम्बे के, वो सब गुरुजी ने बजाया हुआ है. और after that he kind of took a break. After that he wanted to continue more on his classical style and his classical performances as such. But till then, he definitely made santoor popular with the media of film music, because film music is, of course, more popular in general audiences as such. So that was a very good attempt of Guruji to reach out to the people as such.
Absolutely. But there are very few artists in the whole wide world कि जिनके नाम से कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट जाना जाता है. I think very clearly and fairly we can say कि पंडित जी के नाम से जो है वो संतूर जाना जाता है. और आज की मैं अपने सारे ऑडियंस को जो हमें सुन रहे हैं उनको मैं बताना चाहूंगी कि आज की तारीख में जैसा आप संतूर देखते हैं, जो वर्जन संतूर का आप देखते हैं, वो पंडित जी की ही देन है, पंडित शिव कुमार शर्मा जी की देन है. Am I right?
बहुत ही सही बात है ये. And the same thing was done to Shehnai by Ustad Bismillah Khan Sahab also. So they are some key, contributors to Indian classical music. They are innovative and they are extremely talented musicians themselves as such, So I have been just fortunate to get his blessings, and I hope his Ashirwad stays with me.
Absolutely. So we are excited here. Tell me, what do you expect from the audience when you come here on Saturday, Dallas?
Yeah, so I have been asked this question in many forms in the past, and to answer, the only answer I will give for that is audience should come to the concert purely open-minded. They don't need to be experts in any form of classical music, Indian classical music, or any music at all. They should just have an open mind to listen to a different tone, a different sound, And if they are open to that, I'm sure just let them close their eyes and just listen to how it sounds and how it comes through. And I'm sure they will all love it, because the effect of santoor is like that. The tone of santoor is extremely soothing, and santoor has been used for meditative reasons, and it has been used by many people to calm the patients, or if you have a high blood pressure, I think you should definitely listen to music, santoor music specifically, because it has that effect of soothing you and it giving you a calming effect. So it's a Saturday concert, so you have work Monday to Friday all along, and then Saturday evening would be your time to enjoy and relax and totally enjoy the concert as such. And of course, there will be music with tabla as well. And I'm very fortunate to have Ramdas ji, Pandit Ramdas Parsule ji, accompanying me on the tabla. We are very close friends from childhood, actually, and we both went to same school, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so it's always a big blessing for me to have his Saath Sangat. He is a phenomenal tabla player, and I'm always looking forward to his visit to America, because that way I get more time with him. So that's what I would like to say, is just enjoy, and we will do a build-up, as what we call. The concert starts in a very slow pace, but it starts picking up the speed, the tempos, and variety of rhythm patterns, and most importantly, the melodies that we will perform and the compositions we will perform. That will be definitely something to look for. And I'm also myself excited for this, and I'm looking forward to it, because our music is not predetermined music as such. The compositions that we do on stage are entirely on the spot, thought of, and the way we present them, they're all extempore performance. There is no pre-planning at all as such. So it's along with the audience, it's an experience for the artists who are performing that moment as well. So we are always looking for that moment that we want to build up. So the performance goes from a slow to a high-speed performance as such, and just builds the whole tempo and the mahal, what we call,
Correct.
And of course, I'm excited to meet Partho Da. He's a very good, dear friend of mine, and we are hoping to do a Jugalbandi, actually.
Wow, we are really looking forward to that. Yes.
Yeah, so we have played many times in the past, local events in Bay Area, in California, and places like that. But it will be our first time in Dallas, I'm sure.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very big fan of his sarod, and his soulful sarod is very, very soothing. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And of course, I'm hoping to meet you. We have been friends for a long time, and
I know.
This will be probably our first time meeting, actually.
I know. Isn't that? It's like the world has become a social media world nowadays. So I have known you for many years now. Almost when I started Radio Karishma, it was like the beginning of almost like 8 years now, and we have never been able to connect like this. And now finally, you're coming here, and we'll be meeting for the very first time. And I really look forward to see all of you here. Really excited. And you all are very special to us, because this is our very first concert that we are bringing. So, very honored, feeling very privileged, and very, very happy that I'm able to talk to, great artists like all of you, and able to interview all of you. And then finally, we will be hearing you live. So really looking forward to it. And thank you so much for giving us your precious time, Madan.
You are very, very welcome, Karishma ji, and I'm looking forward to my trip to Dallas soon.
Absolutely, and we are too. Thank you so much, and good luck for the concert and the rest of the concert.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. Okay,
bye-bye.